pushing on his shoulder back is not going to really help him, right? Because his energy is going in, we're clashing. So what I do at this point, I don't force myself through this wall. What I do is I let him come up enough, but my knees are still bending, right? So I'm controlling how much I let him rise, just enough for me to have enough play to move him. Does that make sense? If I'm here, now I go up too high, now it's to his advantage, right? So for me, when I move here, either I'm going to hit him low here, or I'm going to let him rise a little bit. But I control.
You're shifting your weight
I am
at the same time.
Absolutely. So I'm shifting my weight and I'm grounding myself. Okay? Okay. So for me, a lot of the times what I try to employ in my technique is weight underside, low center of gravity. So I like to start all my techniques with kind of making the person my size. It's okay. Which if they're taller, you might be uncomfortable. Right. But for me, I'm comfortable. So when I do this technique, the first thing I do is drop down. And then I move in, and now I'm already in place. Okay? So the speed doesn't matter, but you need to make sure you understand the component parts. If I had reach, it's also possible for me to extend them here while I move back. But for me, that doesn't work well. So I tend to drop down and then create that space for myself. Okay? So play with it and figure out what your capabilities are. Okay? Right here, and then pushing him with my arm. I'm actually hitting him with my body. Right? I'm moving my hips in. The hands are kind of, follow through. So when I do this, I'm not engaging this. I'm actually getting really soft here. This is going up, but my hips are moving forward. Okay, so try to get out of pushing with your arms. Okay? So I'm intentionally, when I do this, I'm intentionally raising this arm straight on this plane, and I'm going on the other side. Okay? So his arm is going there. This is the intention. Okay? Version, right? We come in, and then we kind of know this version. Okay? But sometimes shit happens. And for whatever reason, I don't want to go that way. So now, I am looking that way. Okay? She's going that way. I want to agree with her. Understand? So it looks, maybe it looks kind of the same. Okay? He's going that way. He's pushing towards me. So I can let him go and just do that. Just totally fine. Right? But in this case, as he's coming in, I'm trying to catch his timing. Right? Alright? Which can also translate to this. Okay, so I'm not turning back to face it. Once I do this, we're looking the same way. I'm going under the arm and cutting back. Okay? And through. Right? Cross step and through. This time I'm doing cross step and over. Okay? Same cross step and over. Okay? A little bit more. Also, when I do this and I come under, I'm not scooting back. Some of you are scooting back. Right? Don't scoot back. This is going forward. You understand? So I'm basically just moving laterally. Okay? That's the technique I do. Because if I say, I'm going to do koki knocking, everybody gets ready for koki knocking. Punch harder. Is that? Punch harder. So, no, still about good. Slowly. Okay, so ready. I can go from this side. Right? That's fine. If I want to move to the other side, what I do is I kind of suspend him here. My weight is heavy here, but I don't throw him yet. I wait until I get to the other side. Some of you are throwing too fast and then you're trying to beat your own throw. Right? So it's not a speed issue. It's a timing issue. Right? What I like to do is when I do this, even though my hands are on the shoulder, I'm actually hitting his hip. Attacking his hip. I'm not pushing his shoulder into the ground. Okay? I'll try again. Okay. So, feel where I'm moving here. Okay. Okay? Here's a shot. I'm not doing this. And now he's in an awkward position, and I have to do another move to get him back to where I want. So if he's coming straight, right? His intent is to come there. I'm just moving there. I'm not moving his arm off that line. Hopefully. Here, up, and through. Right? Here, up, and through. And then, if you have this really good, okay? Okay? Give it a shot. And we do these things very compact. But the flip side of that is we have to understand movement as well. Right? It's nice to just stand there and do your techniques really small. I love that stuff. But you also have to practice footwork, movement, timing. Okay? Because in the real world, people are coming at you. So the best defense is not to get hit, right? So I'm practicing Ed's timing. As Ed is coming in, okay, now I'm linked. You understand? So when Ed comes in, so I'm not actually trying to be fast. I'm just trying to catch his timing, right? Boom. You understand? But I know just where my feet are. I'm not tripping over my feet. So that's why we started this with just this basic movement, right? Just understanding. These are options. These are options, right? And then there's a timing aspect. Knowing which hand does what as well, right? Because some of you are ending up with a hand like this, right? His hand back, right? Understandable. The reason is, you see where he's going? I'm not disturbing it that much. He's still going the same way. I'm not trying to bend his arm, right? Okay? Do less. Do less. Okay? Okay? So this is pretty static, right? So I'm not just grabbing a wrist, ripping my hand off, and then twisting the wrist. What I'm doing is I'm winding myself up, like a really good inside block, right? And then unwinding. Okay? So it's not a strength thing where I'm kicking and I'm trying to hurt a wrist. No, I'm just blocking and then releasing. Okay, 2 more minutes, okay?
You cannot just crash into it. What I'm doing is going, I respect your space, and I respectfully move it out of the way so I can advance. And when I do, I don't want to then go around them. I want to go through them. So what I'm doing is shift my hip and go, whether it's a punch, or it's an elbow, or it's an equal, it's a theoretical attack, but it's not theoretical power. The power is real. There is no power in movement. There's power in walking. Okay? So when I walk, I make this connection and I keep the connection. Because when I miss, I still want to win. So So when he turns, okay, this, I still want to win. So this is the other thing people are doing. When you count, aha. Okay. So when he counts and I shift, if I pull my hand, what did I accomplish? Let's start from here. I couldn't just say it close and out. What I'm doing is going through, and then I'm taking space. My hand is mine. My hand is my hand. And what I'm doing is I don't want to crowd. Even worse, I don't want to crowd. I want my own distance, and then I want to be able to move my feet. So this is all footwork, okay? And the angles and everything else are so fundamental. They're too fundamental. They're almost boring. But this exercise goes all the way back to thru. Go ahead. This is old Hawaii. This is foundation stuff. And the principle is that you move your body in an organized way connected to your natural movement. Okay? So, one more time, we're going to try this. Try a different partner.